Happy Tuesday. It is currently March 12th, and that means it's race day sign up. So if you don't know anything about the Rundisney races, they are quite difficult to get into. So we're gonna spend the next 20 minutes stressing out about getting our spot in Wine and Dine. It is the 15-year anniversary of the start of the Wine and Dine races, so it's a special race. They call it their Crystal Year, and so I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to be signing up today, but we're going to attempt to get into the 2-course challenge, which will be just like Princess, the 10K, and then the half marathon again. Themes are so cute. We have Tiana, Mickey Mouse for the challenge, and Ratatouille for the half marathon. So it's gonna be so cute and so much fun. Plus, if you get into the challenge, you also have a ticket into the after party, which is exclusive to the runners, and it's just a special night through Epcot that you have that's just for the participants of the race. So that's super exciting. I was confused last year because I think I did 5 and 10, the 5 and 10K for Wine and Dine, or the 10K, I don't remember. Anyway, I remember thinking, oh, I got a ticket into the after party, and you don't. It's only if you do the half marathon or challenge, half marathon, challenge, whatever. And so we did not get into the party. Of course, you could add on the cost for that party if you do not run the half marathon or the challenge, but it's like $100. So anyway, we have about 20 minutes left, 19 minutes left. So we're going to get set up and ready. I just got my wallet out of my purse, so that way I have my payment information, and that's it. We're gonna see what we get.
You know about lost things. Don't change things. That's why you attacked me. You know, that's right.
It's getting a little washed out, but we're on the website, on the computer, as well as we're going to try to get in on the phone as well. Okay, if you don't mind all that laundry over here that needs to be done. So a tip that I would have for you if you were trying to register for one of these races, you will notice that there's going to be a register now. So there will be a register now that pops up, and it puts you into the waiting room essentially, or the line. I would not do that. I would actually wait until the 10 o'clock time before you go in, because I have noticed in the past where if I went ahead and registered and I went ahead and got myself into the line, that registering, it actually would put me behind other people, if that makes any sense. That probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Don't do it don't go ahead and get in the line when there's like still 15 minutes to go. That's the bottom line for that. And now we're just gonna be refreshing. I have a couple of girlfriends that are at work right now that I will be trying to register to, because one of them is circulating the OR right now, so she's gonna have a hard time. I think her husband is helping her though, so. Okay, here we go. 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, here we go. More than an hour. Now we wait. This is serious. This is serious business. We are in the 48-minute wait time now, so it is 10:11, so 11 minutes to go from the more than an hour to 48-minute wait time. I've pretty much given up hope on my phone because we are still at more than an hour on this one, but we are down to 26 minutes on the computer, so that may be another tip as well, to focus more on your computer than your phone if you are serious about signing up for one of these races. So it took 17 minutes to go from over an hour to now 25 minutes. And this is when Disney plays with your darn emotions. We got all the way down to 16 minutes in the queue, and now we've bumped back up to 46 minutes. And this is why we have so many stressed out people trying to register for these runs. All right, we're back down to 16 minutes, and it's currently 10:50. 16 minutes. Now you just have to hope that when you actually get in there, there's going to be space. And your payment's going to go through and you're going to get registered. Ooh. We're down to the 1 minute time frame. We're about to get let in. Finally. It's now 10:58. So just about an hour it really has taken to get to the front of the line. And that's it. We did it. It did cost $400 for the challenge, which is the 10K and the half marathon. In case you are curious, those prices do seem like they went up a little bit. I could be wrong. I don't remember how much it was for Princess's year. But we're done. It took us exactly an hour to get through the entire queue and registered for this race. Good morning. It is Friday morning, March the 15th, and it's officially the first day of spring break for my kiddos, which is very exciting. We'll have the full week coming up of just doing whatever we want to do. Of course, I work 2 days next week, one of which is going to be absolute hell. But we'll work 2 days next week, and then the rest of the time will be spent with the kids. I'm not really sure yet what exactly we're going to do. We don't really have a whole lot of plans. I know that the kids are really hoping to go to Busch Gardens at least once, so that's one of the tentative plans. I'm trying not to spend a whole lot of time in the theme parks though, because it is just that time of year where it's extremely busy and the heat's now picking back up, humidity's picking up, so it makes for a less enjoyable experience through the different theme parks. So I'm not sure if we'll be doing a whole lot of that. I also really want to head to the beach at least once. Like, we have not been to the beach in years. I don't think we've been to the beach since we lived in Charleston, and that's been about 5 years now, I believe. It's been like 5 years since we lived where I'm from. And so I would really love to make it out to the beach at some point. My girlfriend from work has a friend that does tours over at King's Landing. And so doing a little kayaking or paddle boarding one day would be so much fun, especially if we could get like a little group of people to go. Like, I don't know, we'll see. We will see what ends up happening over spring break. So yeah, this is gonna be our little weekend. It's Friday today. I would really love to head over to Lowe's. I want to get a tree for inside to go like in our living room area. I would love something in our room as well, but I just don't know where I could put anything. So really love to head over to Lowe's at some point to grab some plants. I also want to start looking into redoing our full front yard planters. Our builder really put like some of the crappiest vegetation, plants, everything that they could put in the front of our yard. Literally half of it looks like weeds. So we need to take care of that. Find some plants to replace for that. And we replaced the light on our porch. We did a hang down light for one of the lights on our front porch, and the other two I want to put fans. So I need to get 2 fans for out there, and then eventually we'll put 2 fans on the back porch as well. I want all of that screened in, and then I want to put a fence for the backyard as well. A few other things that I'm hoping to get done at some point. I would love to get it all done before spring break is over, but I really want to do like a major top to bottom clean, especially majority upstairs. The downstairs we maintain pretty well regularly. But I need to go upstairs because I need to go through all the kids' clothes and get very real, because the problem for me is that I am not real with myself when it comes to the clothes. I always am like, no, they can still wear this, this still fits. But at the end of the day, they don't wear anything that is upstairs in their room. They literally, my kids will wear the exact same clothes every day. Every day of the week, they will wear the same exact things. And I know the school probably thinks, why do these kids never change their clothes? I could not tell you, because we have more clothes than should be legally allowed. So I need to get real and go up there and change all that out. They need new clothes that fit and that are appropriate for the upcoming months, the warmer months. So anyway, there's a lot to do. There's a lot going on. There's a lot I want to get done. And I'm so excited because Curtis changed the lights around our garage. The outdoor lights that went around the garage. And they look really good. They're huge. So we're just slowly making progress on different house projects. But that's kind of where I'm at with my thoughts for this weekend. Okay, I am off to Lowe's now. So I just threw on a little, basically a workout. This is my Rapunzel themed outfit minus the pink top that I wore for the last race, and I did a little try on haul. And I just wanted to mention, like, this set as well as the other set that I wore for these races, because these are the skirts that look like the skirt in the front, and they are probably my favorite fits that I've had for races thus far. The material, the quality is amazing. It was so cute, so feminine and flattering, and I just love the pictures and like how the outfit turned out. It was cute, like the hair with the little flowers, super cute. Anyway, I just wanted to mention, like, if you were looking for like athletic wear, running clothes, that kind of thing, and you saw my last try on, I'll link that video if you were interested in seeing the full try on I did from Amazon as well as Target. But this was my absolute favorite, and I even put on the link for these pieces on that video. I put beside it like my favorite. I absolutely love, like, they're so good. But anyway, we are gonna head over to Lowe's because, like I said, it's just so nice out. It's hot. It's pretty darn humid too at the moment. But it's just perfect weather for like being outside and getting some inspiration. Our full like plant beds and stuff like that that the builder put in, or had contracted out to do, I absolutely hate it. Like, our front yard plant situation is so bad, and granted, the upkeep hasn't been the best either, but it's the plants, it's the actual species that they chose for the front that I don't like. I don't like any of it. Our backyard looks better than our front yard, but I am hoping to rip out all of the front plants and redo all that in the next couple of months, since we are heading into spring. This is the time when you want to do your gardening and refresh, because we're about to get a lot of rain and just the beautiful sunlight and everything that's coming back into season more. Anyway, I feel like I'm like I'm just rambling. Okay, so a quick overview. We have 2 new plants on each side, a terracotta pot and then this plastic faux looking terracotta pot. I am just obsessed with these flowers. Obviously it's not completely set up the way that it will be, but they're so cute. And then we have some hydrangeas. I'm not sure where those are going to be positioned yet. And then I got a pair of new gardening gloves. I already have another pair. I don't know where they're at, but they're a little bit small. And I got some clippers because this is a part of all the junk we're about to take out. I got a new shovel, and then I got a citronella candle. Curtis grills a lot in the back, so we have one of those. I had to get some new plates for the outlets. I had to get more bulbs. We have one that needs to be replaced in the back. Hello. It's now Thursday. No, it's Wednesday. It is now Wednesday of spring break, and we've done absolutely nothing this spring break so far. I worked one day. I was actually supposed to work today, but was put on call instead. So now I'm all ready because it's 6 o'clock now. There's no way I'm getting called in now. But there's no way I'm getting called in now. My girlfriend, or my son, is with my girlfriend, and they're going over to Animal Kingdom, which we just went not too long ago. So I did go ahead and get ready, though nobody else in my house is ready at this moment. Good morning. It's now Thursday, April 4th, I believe. And so it has been quite a while since we have caught up and really did anything. After the last thing that I filmed, we were heading into spring break. And if you are in your 30s, you're a millennial, and you were kind of hit with the whole quiet on set thing, and then now we have the Diddy thing and all this stuff, right? Like everything is kind of just crazy. And I was out on a run a week ago or so and just had a full-blown meltdown and just really started thinking about a lot of situations in my life and really have been processing a lot over the last week and kind of having a moment to just be, you know. I feel like anytime you're kind of triggered with your trauma that you kind of have buried or, you know, you haven't really been thinking about, and then something kind of brings it back up or brings it to light, it's very overwhelming. And also just not knowing how to approach it, especially when it comes to social media and stuff. Like for me, it's so much easier to just completely shut down and not do anything when it comes to YouTube, like even TikTok. I really haven't been posting anything over there, especially since all of this stuff. So I think I've made like 1 or 2 posts over on TikTok. So I just really had to take some time to process different things going through my head. So all of our spring break was a wash. Like when it came to filming anything, we did do stuff, but did not really spend a whole lot of time filming anything. I think we went to Universal one day, went to Disney a couple of times, and things like that. So that's kind of what has been happening, why I haven't really been consistent on anything, really. Just processing everything. I haven't been running very much, you know. I think I've only run twice since the February races, and so it's just feels like very heavy, you know. The energy feels very low, and I'm trying to just go with it without also just having an excuse to be lazy and not do anything. So I do plan to go out for a run today. I have no mileage set. I just need to go and see what feels right to me. Because the last few runs have been a bit of a struggle mentally and physically. So that's gonna be our plan for today. I just took the elementary kids to school. I'm gonna take my middle schooler to school and then come back. I've only had coffee, so I need to do some things to prepare for going out for a run. It's gonna be like 9:30 or 10 before I can ever get out there. But that's kind of what's been going on in a nutshell. I'm curious if you have watched the documentary, which I have been saying a lot, how, you know, a lot of this stuff that happened in the Nickelodeon documentary seems to happen after the point of like when I was watching Nickelodeon. A lot of the newer shows. I turn 36 next month, so I'm a little bit older than a lot of the ones that were hyper focused on in the documentary. And it's not like it's a new thing, right? It's not like this is the first time anything like this has ever happened. But it's always super polarizing when you talk about the well-being of children and the treatment of children. And anyway, oh, I forgot. I also got a new tattoo, which is one of the things that I did post on TikTok. But there is a fine line tattoo artist, and I've mentioned before, like the salon that I go to has, you know, a med spa now that goes, like, you can get different med spa services, right? I got my lips done, and they have a fine line tattoo artist, you know, brows, we got everything there. So I'm so excited. It's so interesting that that I ended up getting this. As I'm telling you, I'm going through all this emotional work, right? But I've always been super attracted to evil eyes. I've done like my jewelry hauls on different evil eye jewelry that I've had, and I love it so much. And, you know, in multiple different cultures, they talk about the evil eye being a symbol of protection from evil spirits, which is interesting because I know that it probably has like a super negative sounding connotation. So yeah, that's what I did. I got the evil eye and then just some cute little, my arm twists really weird, so it looks like it's in a weird place when I'm showing you like this, but it is just so pretty and dainty, and I'm very excited to get some more stuff done. Having the conversation with her, she's Brazilian and gorgeous, like inside and out. I just really enjoyed our conversation so much, and being a labor and delivery nurse really kind of bonded us in a way, like in our conversation. And I would never talk about her story because that's her story, but it's amazing the connections and the people that you meet in life. That labor and delivery has such a great impact on so many people out there, and it's always an amazing thing to watch stories like on TikTok or hear stories from women in real life about the impact that a labor and delivery nurse has had on them at some point, whether it was a positive or a negative like event, you know. And so I'm just constantly reminded how special my job is. But also I'm tormented by just how frustrating it is being a bedside nurse in a hospital that just does not value you for the job that you do. You know, there's a girl on TikTok that she made a video about how a lot of California West Coast nurses where they have unions. I had no idea that they had two sets of unions. Like California has a nursing union, and then hospitals will have their own nurses unions. I'm sorry. And it is crazy how some of the hospitals there operate, and like how much better nurses are treated over there pay wise, and then just the staffing, having your like breaks that are required. For 12-hour shifts, you are supposed to be having a 30-minute uninterrupted break and two 15-minute breaks. That is what the standard is supposed to be. And chances are most nurses are not even getting a 30-minute uninterrupted lunch break. That's just the fact. Like we're not all getting an uninterrupted. And the thing that is, and this goes back to all the frustrations, right? The thing about that is, if you, like I've had people say, if you've had a chance to eat, then you've had your break. And what? I will never understand the nurses, the old school nurses that, you know, talk about how, you know, the new generation of nurses would have never made it in their time, how they, you know, have been overworked and this and that and whatever for years and years and years. So we all need to do our time, basically, is the mentality. And I think that that is the most effed up thing to spread around, because if that was the case, like if you were abused, does everyone need to be abused by somebody in order to understand the impact or to be better? No. We should be advocating for the next generations after us to have better treatment and to have better wages and to be treated better. We should never want to hold the next generation of nurses to our standard if it's not a good standard. And anyone that doesn't advocate for that is not an ally. They are directly against you because they think that you have to suffer and not be treated well. And that is why we have such high burnout. That's why we have such high turnovers. And the hospital systems don't focus on why we have that. Instead, they just try to get more and more people in to band-aid the problem. And it's frustrating. Anyway, I'm not gonna rant anymore. I just had to get all this out because these are like, you know, 2 weeks basically of thoughts that I just haven't shared because I've been processing. And So that's what I have for now. I need to get Luna off to school. I need to go run. And then I spent all day yesterday pretty much like deep cleaning my bathroom. I got like halfway through my closet. It looks a bajillion times better. But I need to do all the floors throughout the first level for sure. And I need to get our half bath cleaned. I spent some time on the kitchen and everything yesterday as well. So I'm feeling pretty good as far as the condition of the house, because it was rough. Because I tell you, girl, I have been down in the dumps, truly, for the last probably 2 weeks. Yeah. So we are going to turn it around and keep it moving. I had a great conversation with my husband yesterday, and that really helped. I feel like I released a lot for him, and so that really helped too. That's so important. You got to get it out. You got to get it out. Okay, we conquered the first part of this, and that is getting ready for this run. So we are committed. We are going for a run. I don't know how long, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're going out for a run. That's the first step, right? So I am ready, and then only to realize that my shocks are dead. And so I'm trying to let those charge up for a little bit. I'm gonna look for a podcast that I want to listen to, because I've been mixing those up lately. Like, I'll do some runs, especially if I have no mental capacity. That's when I just listen to music. But sometimes I do really like to, especially if I'm gonna try to go for a longer run, I do like to listen to podcasts if I have the mental capacity to do that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So I'm gonna look for something to possibly listen to. Curtis recommended a podcast to me, so I might listen to that. I'm gonna see how long that is. And it also is like kind of good if you are gonna go the podcast or like Audible route for your runs. It does kind of give you you're gonna see before you start your run how long your podcast or your Audible listening possibly will be. Specifically podcast, maybe not as much Audible, but you see an hour-long episode, and so then in your head you can be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna run for this entire episode, and then you'll know kind of mentally that you've been running for an hour, right, by the time you finish that episode. So I think that I have the mental capacity today to do a podcast. So I'm gonna look for something, get my socks and my shoes on. That was another thing too. If you are a runner and you're in the market, or you've recently gotten new running shoes, I would really love to know what brand you're getting, because now there's 3 different shoes that I'm thinking of going with for my next pair. I might get another 2 pair, I don't know yet, but I'm going between the new Nimbus 26, which I just love. Asics. That's an Asics brand shoe. It's like the ones that I have 25, so it's just the next generation. And then I went to our local shoe store, and the lady that helped me with my last pair of sets of shoes, the Altras and the Asics, was telling me that there is a new Hoka running shoe that is not the CeeLo, which are like $275, which is absolutely insane for a running shoe. I'm not really a big Hoka person, just because I think that they're like an everyday shoe, like for the cushion and all that. For the most of the ones that I've seen, I haven't ran in any, so I can only speak just as my perception of Hokas. And then she mentioned that Altra is about to come out, or they're going to be releasing their new shoe, and she said like that's the shoe she's the most excited for. We may be getting another set of Altras, and I may just do another pair of Altras and another pair of Asics. I don't know, but if you're doing running shoes, I've had On Clouds, I've had all kinds of different, I've had Brooks. They don't seem to fit my feet correctly, or like they're not good for me, but it could just be the style that I was using as well. So I don't know, I'm open to some new shoe suggestions, especially if you absolutely love your running shoe. I'd be interested in trying a few new styles, brands out. and see if there's something that would be better for me. So I need 2 sets of shoes because I do lower distance and then I do higher distance. And I think that it's just good to have an alternating shoe and not use the exact same pair for every single run. So we're in the market for some new tennis shoes for the new year. I think I've had the ones that I'm currently using for at least 6 months, 6 to 9 months, probably 9 months. And my other Nimbus gel shoes I've had for a year now. I actually just got like a time hop or like a flashback of when I got my original Nimbus gel tennis shoes and started running a year ago again. So super exciting. We have our springtime surprise race coming up soon. We're gonna do just a 5 and a 10K. I think I'm gonna walk the 5K for a different perspective. And then 10K I'll be doing with a friend from work, and I'm excited. It's gonna be really fun. This next running season is gonna be a lot of fun. There's a lot more in my friend group that are doing more races, and so super excited for this next year. We are all attempting to register for Dopey or the marathon, so that's gonna be exciting and nerve-wracking this week. Okay, finally, it's 11 o'clock and we're just now heading out for our run, but I wanted to show really quick on my belt. I did a short and I've done a TikTok and even on my Instagram, I think. I posted the reel with the new safety equipment that I've gotten, an alarm and sea spray or 2 of the things that I got, as well as obviously we're making sure our location, our location is on for our loved ones so they can track us and all the things, right, to stay safe. So we are gonna go head out on our run. I'm listening to the episode or the podcast episode that Curtis sent me is about the Bohemian cult that we keep hearing about with the elites. So I'm gonna listen to that and see what kind of information they talk about, and then I will be back and check in a little bit. Back from the run, I did 6 miles and it was the best run I've had in a very long time, so I'm thankful for that. And I just took a quick shower. I didn't wash my hair, so that's gonna be cute. Now I'm gonna find something to eat and just kind of relax for a little bit longer before it's time to go get the kids in 2 hours. I'm probably gonna eat and hopefully get those couple of cleaning items taken care of before I pick up the kids. Because we have to go also to the cheer gym and see if we can get Lennon's cheer uniform for her competition on Sunday. So much to do.